Hello, Bamboo Betty here. Compulsive knick-knack hoarder, plant fanatic and cat freak. Well, I've been on lockdown like most of the rest of the country apart from the government for I think over 11 weeks now, so there's been no knick-knacking. It's freezing cold because it's early June, so I've come in from the garden and the cat's sound asleep. But I have been creeping around eBay in the night, so all is not lost. Look what I've got! I adore vintage jewellery, especially 70s, 80s brutalist gold tone jewellery, and also, gosh, I bet that's really loud for you. It's loud for me. And especially animal themed statement jewellery. And usually I scour all the flea markets and the car boot sales and the charity shops in the country. I will go anywhere to sniff out a truffle and just scoop it all up, pay for it, scoop it all up, stuff it in my pockets, and come home and drop it straight into my big green swan planters. However, obviously with all the shops shut, there's been none of that, and I was okay actually. I thought I might get a little bit hysterical because I do have quite a habit that I need to feed, but no, I've been pretty good. But there was one night in particular, I think it might have had something to do with the government, and in particular certain bad behaviour by members of the government or those assisting them. I had to take out my anger on eBay, and I went on a midnight search and I found something I got very excited about, and it came with incredibly fast service. I mean, I must say it's incredibly well packed. It was fantastic service. Oops, there's the lady's card. I don't know if I should show that until I speak to her. But if she approves, if she wants to let me show her name, I'll do that happily. Even though I haven't seen the jewellery, I know already it's going to be amazing just from her service. It's gold. This is the best bit. Oh my god. I think I'm going to faint. Oh my god. It's like it was about a stone. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. That's incredible. This is actually signed. This is a piece by Razza, and I'll go into that later on in the video. But that's just phenomenal. Wow. It's perfect. What a beast. You know you're somebody when you've got something like that around your neck and you need a back brace to wear it. Fabulous! There we are. Luca Rasner was a jewellery designer from America. He was designing from the 50s, but actually it wasn't until the 70s he became famous for his large statement zodiac pieces. And no surprises, I'm a Leo. It's just something I can't control. If you're a Leo, you'll understand. If you know a Leo, you'll understand. If you don't know a Leo, no one cares what you think. But yeah, the mane is very typically brutalist in design. Brutalist jewellery of the 70s was very much along these gold tone, chunky designs. And the face is interesting because I believe that he developed a kind of polyurethane specifically for his jewellery, and it looks like ceramic. I mean, it feels like ceramic from the back, but there's just a slight warmth that gives it away. So yeah, it feels like a very hard plastic, and it's just amazing. I did put it on in between shots, and you feel like you're the Lord Mayor of Liontown. Oh, I did anyway. To be honest, I feel like the Lord Mayor of Liontown without it, but with it, it just makes it official. I'm going to put him there. I'm going to move my rhino lamp just a little bit. Please don't break. That one is signed. That one is a Razza. However, I think it was last year, or maybe the year before. I was mooching about an antique centre looking to buy my birthday present for myself, which is something I do every year. Doesn't every Leo? And I came across this, and I saw it hanging in a collection of other vintage jewellery. And normally I would have just, grabbed it, paid for it, put it on in the shop, and carried on shopping. I wouldn't have thought twice about it, but I did. For some reason, I kept putting it back, and then I kept going back to it, literally putting it back on the shelf and walking away, convinced I didn't want it. But then I kept going back, and it was kind of playing on the back of my mind. And I didn't know why. But in the end, I just thought, what's the matter with you? Just buy it. So I paid £6 for this, and was very happy with that. And oh, sorry, the Razza Lion, £45. But I had a lot of time to make up for. I normally would not spend that kind of money on something, but these are serious times, and I had serious withdrawals, and obviously I hadn't spent anything on bling vintage statement jewellery in 11 weeks, so I thought that was reasonable. At 3 o'clock in the morning with a government rage. Anyway, this one was a bargain at £6, and I put it on and went about my birthday with my friend, and I got home and I couldn't stop wondering if there was something special about it. So about 2 hours later, on an internet search, I found one identical, and that was by a jewellery designer, an artist called Pauline Raider, yeah, I believe that's correct. And I almost had a heart attack because her pieces, I recognised them straight away. I just didn't realise, because I was stupid. I didn't realise who she was. And yeah, I had a little sweat and a little shake, and I had another look on the back for about 20 minutes for a signature. I almost peeled it looking for a signature, because if there had been a signature, we were talking about probably about £400 worth of necklace. But there was no signature. It's definitely just a very, very good copy. And it has the fringing, her classic fringing. It's sort of a jellystone lion head with a side mane. And if it had been real, I promise you, it's not. Just have another check. Can you see anything? Have I missed something? If it had been real, it would be a lot heavier. It's very light. And also, if it had been gold-plated, I find, I'm not an expert in this, but I find that gold-plated jewellery tends to rub when it wears away, and fake gold jewellery or gold tone jewellery, it tends to crackle on the back where the coating wears off, and there's crackling. It's not gold. Anyway, it was £6. It was my birthday. I still love it. And now he's got a bigger friend. It's got a daddy. Are you there? I've always been a big fan of the big statement chunky jewellery, but I was in Bangkok for about 3 months. Don't ask, that's another story. And while I was there, I really developed a taste for tiny jewellery. And I mean, I've got big goalkeeper's hands. I've got, you know, dramatic hair, yeah, and and an intense stare. So so the tiny jewellery that is of the moment, very much in sort of Hong Kong and Bangkok and Asia at the moment, it's very much in vogue. I love it, but I just can't wear it because it looks like, you know, a little grain of sand on me, a grain of rice. But I really appreciate it. I think it's extremely stylish. I love the fact that it has a contemporary look, and I love trends and I love fashions. But I did find this in a artist's market near the main shopping area. You know, there's a huge big sort of tourist shopping area, and then there's a glitzy shopping mall and a museum. But in between there was this tiny little row of market stalls with some local artists and jewellery makers. Now, I don't think the artist I bought this from actually made this. I think it probably is, you know, machine made. However, I've never seen one anywhere else, and I'm a complete bee freak. I love my bees, and I thought I could get away with this, and I love it. I do wear it a lot, and for me, it's quite delicate. I mean, the chain is very fine, and the bees are small. Still about 1.5 inches across. I swamp it. Anyway, this is a contemporary piece, which I think fits in very nicely with my vintage stuff. Apart from being able to buy it whole ready-made off the shelf, I also have a bit of a penchant, a bit of a taste, a little bit of a hobby going on the side, where I upcycle and customise old bits of broken jewellery, vintage jewellery, brooches, pendants. I buy bags of broken bits. I buy job lots from eBay, from the flea market, from car boot sales. I just rake it in, anything I think is exciting or interesting from charity shops, and I mix and match, and from that I can really knock together any look. And this necklace came in a job lot from eBay in a bag, and it in itself, it's cute. I wouldn't wear it. Made in Ireland. Quality. Avon. You see, Avon, there was a time when everybody went mad for it as vintage. Not the first time round, obviously the second time round. But now you can't give it away. And it literally was given away to me in a job lot bag that I probably paid £5 for. But this ordinary gold tone necklace, when you hang a vintage gold tone hornbill tropical bird from it, suddenly becomes something a bit fabulous. Now you're talking. Another one that was a bit of a hit. You get tons of these old faux pearls in jewellery bags, in job lot bags, and you can see obviously this had a pendant on it at some point, which is brilliant because it's already there for you. And if you attach a leaping leopard onto the end of that, you've got yourself something a little bit dynasty. And actually, this was a sort of undoing of me. It was so successful, this one, this leopard and the pearls, that I went into a furniture shop that I had been arguing with for about 4 months over my arrival date for my sofas. and I was trying to outsmarm the smarmiest of smarmy salesmen. And right in the middle of when I thought I was going to win, I thought I was going to take this fight, he went, "I love your necklace." And I went, "Oh, thanks, I made it." And I knew at that point that he'd won, and I was devastated, but I was also thrilled that he loved my necklace. Anyway, it's a big hit with Smarmy secondhand. Oh, no, first hand. This was a new sofa. Big hit with Smarmy, a furniture salesman. I didn't mind losing for the glory of the necklace. And also, not just the gold tone, I picked up this zero, I believe, zero, I'm not sure, is part of Swarovski. Was at some point, or I might be wrong. You can correct me on that. But again, this, I think this is actually plastic, you know, that kind of plastic metal. Worthless little chain, but when you attach this fancy diamante dragonfly to it, it becomes $1 million. Or you can put a brutalist vintage silver pendant with that. Actually, that would look nice on the gold chain. Those are chokers, but for something a little bit more dramatic, if you want the whole long pendant look, this would look fantastic on a black polo neck. I've got a long, cheap plastic bead chain, faux pearl, and an amazing enamel cream coloured lion with green diamante eyes. Might not even be vintage, this one. It might just be made to look vintage. I think this is probably quite new. It could even be one of the mass-produced ones from China that you buy on, or I don't buy, that you can get on Amazon. But if you put those together, fabulous. Another idea is, if I'm in a charity shop, and often they get given excess stock by traders, by other small shops. So if I ever see, you know, the big bundles that you can get of necklaces, wouldn't wear this, wouldn't buy this for any reason. It's not my style at all, and obviously it's plastic, it's very, very cheap. These necklaces probably would have been sold for about £3 or something on a market stall, which is, they're fine if that's your style, it's just not my style. However, because I know I'm addicted to my old brooches and putting them on necklaces, I picked all this bag up, this whole bag up of, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I think? Yeah, 6 chains for, I think it was £1. Just because they had boxes of it, so they were, you know, trying to shift some stock in the charity shop. So those necklaces, those chains I'll keep and just use them whenever I get a brooch and I want to make it into a necklace, or if I want to make presents for people. Just break off the beads, put the beads in a craft box, and use the chain to hang a pendant. And what I think I'll do with that is to make a Pauline Raider inspired necklace, and I found this at a flea market. It's just, I believe it's off maybe a wall decoration or a wind chime, but it has a drilled hole in it, so obviously it was attached to something at one point. But with a, beg your pardon, but with a very long chain, that would make a fantastic sort of brutalist 1970s style pendant. Or even if you wanted to wear it higher on your chest, sort of on your collarbone, on a black polo neck, that would just look amazing. I love this guy's face. See there? And finally, it's not gold tone, it's not an animal. However, you also get lots of these style necklaces in the bags. Or if you're at the flea market, they're like 25p. I mean, I actually quite like this. I think it's a gorgeous colour, and it's just on a thread. It's nothing special at all. However, I'm going to there for a minute. I haven't got pierced ears, so whenever I get pierced earrings in a job lot, I put them onto beads or put them onto necklaces, and you can end up making quite a statement. I'm going to do this, I'll show you in a second. Wait with me, bit fiddly. Yeah, so I've got my plastic beady necklace. I found 2 sets of earrings in a job lot that matched. As I said, I haven't got pierced ears, so these are no good to me. They're not really that exciting, to be honest, so I would have given them to friends, but I don't think any friends would really want them. Hello, starting to look interesting already. However, when you go that extra mile, now you're talking. I'd wear that to come downstairs for breakfast. It's amazing. Transformation. So from basically pennies from nothing, from something I wouldn't wear, to $1 million, look at me, Crystal Carrington, statement piece. Pity I can't go out and show it off. Never mind. There we are. I'll give you some still photographs of the pieces individually and how they look on, and I hope it gives you some ideas. Hope you've enjoyed watching, and please subscribe. I've got a mountain more of brooches and bits and bobs to show you, and no one to talk to apart from a cat. So I'll be back. Thank you very much for watching. Bye bye.